Folks, welcome to Speedbump. We're going to be playing Mario Brothers 2, the American version on the Game Boy Advance, which has added some features, one of which is Dragon Coins, and that is their goal, to collect the new coins in this version of Mario 2.
Yeah, we're going to give them 30 minutes. It does not matter to us how many levels they beat, because the level select screen as well as the pause menu tells them what percentage of the dragon coins they've collected, or the advanced coins. So we'll be keeping track of that, and that's pretty much all we care about.
I am ready to go. Everything looks good here. They're going to get 30 minutes to get as many coins as they can.
You want me to go ahead and give them a countdown?
Sure.
I'm sure not everyone's readied up, so this will be how we find out. What has happened to my ability to type commands?
I don't know. There you go. Just a little delay, I guess.
For some reason,
I see it worked eventually.
yeah, it's just it's not the bot. This is not a bot thing. This is
Discord?
like, yeah, Discord. When I type /start, sometimes it's like, yep, I'll just type /start. I'll put that in the chat.
That's cool. I see the players getting ready now. 30 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, this version isn't considerably different than the original. So the original SMB2 is really difficult. The NES version is brutal for like a casual race like this. If you lose all of your lives, you go back to the beginning of the world and you only get a few continues before you fully game over, which is just unthinkably cruel.
Yeah.
The All-Stars version improved it a little bit. You get to resume the world with infinite continues, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe can continue the level. This does basically the same thing, so they can't lose progress.
Yeah, so not only that, the game is better too. This game is a slippery mess, and I hate playing it, actually. But this version drops, as you can see, the stage is a little different, but there are hearts all over the place. That is unheard of too, because in this game, I think killing enemies or whatever is how you get hearts to appear to like fill up your containers and get healed again.
Yeah, you have to kill like 5 enemies and then it'll drop a heart.
Yeah, this one you just get them all the time. There's 1-ups lying around, and the mushrooms are still in the same place, which give you for the rest of the stage a little boost. But Luigi over there just got a 1-up for some reason, probably killing 5 enemies at once. Like you just get them left and right. So this is what this game should have been. You know, it's freaking Mario. It's not meant to be Battletoads. But yeah, so we're just collecting the new coins that they put in here. And they have a tracker for how they're doing on the level, as well as how they've done overall.
Yep, once we call time, we'll have them pause. It shows it on the pause screen as well as on the level select, so we can keep pretty good progress on how people are doing. Again, the person who gets the furthest in this game doesn't necessarily win this race. All we care about is what percentage of the big coins they've collected, So if they happen to know of any specifically tricky levels that they'd like to get past quickly, they could skip the coins in them and just move on to levels that they think they could get coins more effectively. But their progress matters not at all.
I wonder what the coins do, if they're just points now, or if they still do a slot machine for 1-ups. Given that you can get 1-ups all over.
My guess is that the big ones don't give you the slot machine pulls, but I'm not sure. I don't think I got any slot machine pulls when I was testing this earlier.
Also, it's voice acted for some reason, which I think all the Game Boy Marios do this. It's the Mario 64 voice, and then Toad, he's in here, and the other ones.
Did Subwoofer's stream just totally freeze, or can it be rebooted to?
I'll try and fix
get
that.
in here.
They went offline.
Okay. Well, you know, now we know. I'll ping them just so that they know.
You still have the powers for the characters. Peach is here, she floats. Toad jumps worse, but he's faster at everything else, picking up and running. Mario and Luigi are different in terms of how they jump, and they're pretty average otherwise. And I've never
Speedrun
seen...
pretty much never picks Mario because he's only really useful in one stage, and that's because of how average he is. This will be kind of an interesting race to see play out because, you know, on one hand, because you know you're being measured by the advance coins, you might think to yourself, oh, I'm just gonna, you know, drop everything I'm doing to collect every single advance coin. But if you can be a little bit smart about it, it might be worthwhile if you see one and you're like, that will take me a little bit of effort or I'll lose progress, and just skip it. That might play out better in the long run.
There's some hearts you have to ride Birdo's egg to get. That's Birdo's voice if you didn't ever hear it in English, I guess.
Just what I needed. I'm familiar with that voice line from the GBA Super Mario World.
There's the slots. They are coins again.
Well, I think some players went into Subcon to get the mushroom.
Yeah.
So they might have gotten some coins there too. Do you need to finish a level to earn the coin, or does it say once you get it? I don't know. I didn't test whether or not the pause menu reflects coins before you kind of turn them in.
Dragon coins are not slot machine coins. It's the same as before. I wasn't sure if the slot machine was even in this, since they're handing out lives, but it is. So if they grab Underworld coins, they'll go there as well. Just the hearts dropping is a big change that makes this game way more playable. The way they're giving you that stuff all the time. The animations and stuff are neat. This game really makes the NES one look like garbage. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, people who claim that SMB2 is not very hard, I feel like haven't played SMB2. I'm not gonna say since they were kids. I'm gonna say ever.
You can get used to it, but its physics are so different from the other ones that if you play a lot of Mario, it's just gonna make it even worse.
I mean, I've speedrun it. I'm used to it. I still think that this game is way harder than people give it credit for.
I have a hard time.
I would never
with how
want to
slippery it
enter
is.
a race scenario on the NES version.
If somebody wants to clip that Lucy's performance there, I'm gonna make an image out of that later for... My Discord has a people have trouble with different things thread in the forums. There you go. Somebody wants to make that one. They threw a Sniffet down a pit, turned around, and the respawn Sniffet blasted them.
I mean, if you level skip, you're just getting to the levels that are miserable earlier.
Yeah, I think level skipping is bad. You probably want to collect the 20 coins from the start.
I'm just talking about, in particular, what makes this game hard. I mean, even if you level skip, you're just getting to some pretty miserable levels faster.
Yeah. I think it goes nuts after, like, World... Even the start isn't too easy, but once you get to, like, World 3, this game starts to big time get serious.
All of the desert levels are kind of miserable.
And it's definitely a combination of never healing you, and the enemies being rude, the slippery controls, and worst of all, the continue situation. Which, even in the All-Stars version, they changed it, but they didn't fix it. I think you have infinite continues in the SNES version, but you get sent all the way back to the start of the world. I think that's how that one works, which is still better than you get 3 and then you're done forever.
Yeah, I don't think the All-Stars version lets you continue from the stage, but I could be wrong. But I think you restart the world. This one, you just pick up exactly where you left off. No big deal. I think doors are considered checkpoints in Super Mario Bros. 2. I think you just lose your door checkpoint. Yeah, everyone's crouch jump is wild in this. Everyone's crouch jump is so high compared to every other version.
Even Toad, who is supposed to be the weakness jumper. As Birdo wants to kill you in this one.
She's a hired hitman. She's here for blood.
She'll remember this.
Bowser has put a bounty on your head.
That's another thing. The hearts and stars come out of the ground when you earn them by kills, and in the original game, much like that star there that Lucy just missed, sometimes you can't even get them. Sometimes they're just gone.
Lucy wants in that pipe very badly, but forgot that you can only go into that pipe in subcon. You got to bring the potion with you.
Yeah, weird but true. That's the warp pipe.
Yep.
And I don't think that you would want that warp pipe. That goes like World 4.
Yeah, it definitely depends on your familiarity with this game. Like, if you just knew that you wanted to skip past, like, World 3, for instance, it might still end up being worth it in the end to take the skip and get to levels that you're happier grinding through. Sorry, World 2 is the desert world.
World 4 is the slippery ice. This Reznor thing that's in the pipes is new, I think.
Yeah, that spinning wheel is definitely not from any other version. I think that's specific to the Super Nintendo version, that you can go to skipped worlds. It's actually an integral part of the any percent route in the SNES version speedrun. But in this version, I was playing around with it earlier, trying to figure out what you can actually do with this. And I don't think there's any level select mechanism. I could be wrong. I didn't figure it out in the 10 minutes I was messing around with it. But I don't know how you would like go back to a previous level, so...
Lucy's got the key. I don't know who's the furthest in this. I guess it's Okami. World 2-2. If they've gotten all the coins up till now. Lucy, wow, nice catch. Threw the key on that ledge and got the coin. And still has their key. That was incredible. That was perfect. Tarragon's about to do the same run. Whose audio we're playing, by the way, if you didn't notice. Pantone has a very intense sound effect here.
We got some players that are definitely making some really solid progress. Okami and Subwoofers are both... Sorry, Okami and Joey Gatorman are both making a lot of progress. I don't know necessarily how that's playing out in their coin count. Okami's at 25%. That seems pretty remarkable.
Yeah. Some of these coins are definitely out of the way, requiring some trick jumps, but I think you see most of them on your path, at least. You have to just turn around and do some jumps.
Yeah, some levels have shortcuts. It seems like the only thing is if you take the shortcuts, then you probably are skipping some coins.
Lucy versus Mouser. If you want to hear his voice, check out the Super Brothers Super Show. He is Bowser's general for some reason. He's the second in command.
I don't know how he got so important.
He's really good with a gun, which is the snakes that shoot fireballs, actually. You just hold them and make them spit fire.
I mean, Mario and Rabbids proved that there are guns in the Mario universe. I don't know why they had to invent snake guns.
Well, those are all natural guns. They're organic.
Farm raised,
Yeah.
grass fed guns.
Yeah, Fantoon, what's that Spectre guy called? I don't remember his name.
Fanto.
That's close enough, Fantoon.
I knew what you meant. I wasn't gonna clown on you. I'm a good friend.
I've never played Metroid more than once, I think. Oh, he does have a voice in this. It's similar. I wonder if Nintendo remembers the Super Show.
The only Game Boy Advance Mario game I played was I've played the Super Mario World Advance game. I gotta say I'm actually kind of impressed. This feels like what you would want from a port of the game. Like,
Yeah.
update it, give it maybe a few nice features that would make it worth playing for someone who was already familiar with the game.
Actually, the new Mario movie has, I think the voice actor for Peach from the Super Show was in that for one of the commercials. I think that's true. I think I read that on a reliable source on Twitter back when it was alive. I don't know for sure. It seemed like it was true though, just from what I saw, that little goof scene. So maybe they do remember the Super Show. Debunked all no. They don't remember the Super Show. Peach's stats look bad, but she can float, so don't worry. It's not as crummy as she looks. They give her like 2 stars out of 5 in every category, but she can fly, so it's okay.
I mean, the big addition to this for someone like me to make it compelling to play is like the addition of like secrets that you can find. So like they changed what was in some of these pipes. They added advanced coins that you can try to collect. They added 1-up bubbles that had little challenges for how to open them. Like, I mean, it's not like you can add a whole lot. It's still the same game, but in this era, if I were already an SMB2 fan, I could see why I might want to get this.
Yeah, this looks way better than what I play. You got any bad SNES games you hate a lot? I'm gonna play tomorrow. I'm gonna rank them during my marathon thing.
Bad SNES games that I hate?
If you're bored, yeah, things that you don't think are just boring, things that you dislike actively, like just they aren't fun at all. They're just bad games. The worst games, not just because they're slow, but because they're offensive. They're just no good.
Probably have a few of those. Remember that Lord of the Rings Volume 1 game?
Yeah, I could do that. Yeah, that's a good choice. That's top. That's what I'm talking about. My pick is always Wolverine Adamantium Rage, a game with incomprehensible controls that is impossible to win. It's like if Wolverine were a regular guy and he had to fight 12 guys that are stronger than him as a mandatory stage requirement over and over again. That's what that game plays like. But we got some other choices in there. If you're interested in throwing some, I'll look at them and decide. I've played just about the whole SNES library, and I'm gonna rank at least 10, if not more, of those games tomorrow. It's gonna be a large part of my marathon. It might be the whole
I'll
thing.
flip through the SNES library and see if I can find anything that speaks to me to share with you. Nothing pops into my head right now. I have a bad habit of liking everything, so...
Yeah, like, people are gonna say, like, Bubsy. Maybe Bubsy 2, but that one's not really even that bad either, compared to some of this stuff that got made.
Yeah, there's some awful stuff. I definitely wouldn't put. I mean, as a Bubsy 2 hater, I will say Bubsy 2 is not that bad comparatively.
If I put one of those games in, it would be number 1 least bad game, like almost default. Like we'd load it up first and be like, yeah, this kind of sucks, and then we'd play the next one. We'd be like, no, it doesn't actually, and let's go back to that other one, because man, Arrow the Acrobat on the other hand.
Oh god, Arrow the Acrobat, I hate so much. It's a game that I want to like. It's so charming visually, but it just plays so badly.
We have 11 minutes left, and we are in World 2 for the most part. Okami working on World 3 already, and is the princess for this jump right here. Is a slick little shortcut. You can just jump through half the stage with her right there.
Sorry, dude. I'm a sucker for mascot platformers. You throw me a mascot platformer, and I'm gonna be charmed by it, even if it's a terrible game.
Sound design. You can fix this sound design problem by just either not having her yell every time she digs, or giving her more than one.
I'm saying someone should make a Snailser platformer. Yes.
Yeah, I'm into that.
Make a video game about Snailser. Give that stinky little boy a video game.
During the marathon tomorrow, you can win a Snelzer plushie. If you're around.
I know that Clark did the cross stitch, or not cross stitch, needlepoint of Snailser, but you've got an actual plush now.
Yeah, that's what she made. She converted them to those, and we sent 2 of them out. So 2 more will be raffled tomorrow.
That's exciting.
Tarragon's got some tricks here. They threw that through the platform for damage. I wonder if they know there's a different way to do it.
Oh no! Subwoofer just went off the edge with the Birdo egg.
Choose a player. Well, High Seas Havoc is a Genesis game, I think.
Yep.
Can't do that. Those are all bad.
Well, now, what about Pugsy?
I don't know what that is. I didn't make it to that letter yet.
Pugsy's so good. It's the only good Genesis game. I love it. Yeah, put Plock on your list. I'll talk shit about Plock. I got no problems. A lot of people out there say they love Plock. That's how I know they haven't played Plock.
I'm gonna play every game for 30 minutes. So Pluck, I can see it. I think I've only ever played Pluck in 30 minutes at a time, and I never make it past.
Yeah, please play it 30 minutes at least, because you got to get to the part where the game gets bad. The first like 5 levels will make you say, "Oh wow, this game's not that bad. This actually kind of rules." And then they pull the bait and switch on you, and you find out the entire game's actually terrible.
Yeah, it's essential that I play it for half an hour each to get a proper feel for the ranking. So we're talking about a 300-minute at least run of games for that. And it is September, so if you like to support the show, I'm already starting tracking subs for tomorrow. So we were at like 390 for Arcade Pit tonight, so we're already 17 up. Subs are discounted right now, and I appreciate the support.
Did you folks hear that if you sub for an extended period of time, it actually becomes even cheaper.
Yeah.
If you sub for 6 months, dedicate 6 months, it's 30% off. That's practically free for you.
Oh, is that a Mecha Birdo? What the hell is that?
Oh my god. She okay? This is new.
I want to pull that audio feed real quick. I gotta hear Mecha Birdo. It's the same audio. This is completely new. They maybe addressed the problem that we run into here, where we just fight Birdo over and over again, 3 times in every world.
Well,
almost.
it looks like it's a boss fight, but maybe it's addressing the issue of like boss fights getting repeated. I'm trying to remember what World 3's boss is, though.
Fry Guy?
No, that's World 4. It's
Triclide,
not
and
the
then-
Mauser repeat yet, right?
There's Triclod, and then there's the Crab is another boss. I don't-
Triclide's 2, and then Triclide again in 6. Clawglip is 5. Fry Guy's 4. What's 3? It was just a Mauser refight? Okay, then that explains it.
This looks way harder than Mauser is. Got the shake, the Gutsman shake, the crazy robot attack.
This is cool. See, I'm convinced now that this is a good version of SMB2. It's not the same game, but it's an interesting port.
Hey, that room was different from Mauser, I think, maybe.
I think Mauser... I want to say Mauser only shows up twice, but now that someone said it shows up 3 times, now I'm kind of on board. Yeah, maybe 3 times. It's Mauser, then Triclide, then Mauser, then World 4 is Ice, so that's Fry Guy, then 5 would be Clawglip, then 6 is Triclide again, and then 7's Ward. So I think it's only 2 Mausers. Shows up 3 times in Doki Doki Panic. There you go. That sounds correct to me.
The Mario World.
Unsurprisingly, people have made patches to remove the voice clips.
The Mario World version of this on the Game Boy Advance. It's pretty similar, but it put the spin on the right bumper, so it's obviously the better version, even though it looks and sounds worse. The
You
Game Boy
prefer it on
Advance,
the right bumper?
yeah, like it is in Mario Maker. That makes sense to me. The A button, I guess, the button on the right, is not a very good button to use at all, ever.
Yeah, getting a dedicated finger for it is kind of nice.
I think that the Game Boy Advance is a phenomenal little portable device. It's just like a little bit worse than the Super Nintendo. So when you're comparing those 2 systems, I think the Game Boy Advance usually loses out. But when it's the NES, it's absolutely rocking.
We got about 3 minutes left. This has been a lot of fun. I'll tell y'all watching, we've been kind of, or at least I've been trying to find games and suggest games where we take a game that people already know, that's already understandable and popular, and try to find a new challenge for it. So if anyone has any ideas for like, this would be a cool challenge that's not too hard to track in a race format, where you play a game in an unusual way, let me know, because I'm on the hunt. I've been kind of going through my NES library and my SNES library and trying to pick out popular games to do weird challenges for.
I think we have a command for that as well. There it is. It's a Google form that I admittedly haven't opened up in a while, but we can check that. If you use that, we'll take a gander.
Yeah, the GBA SMW tracks Dragon Coin completion, but only if you get all of them in a level. So that's actually one of the ones that we'll probably do a future week. I don't know when, but it's not as good as this one because this one tracks the coins individually, which was pretty appealing.
It's also a way more interesting bunch of changes than Mario World. It makes me just want to do Mario World SNES with some kind of script versus
Right.
what they had made, which is voiced Mario World with the right bumper being.
Yeah, if I wrote a Lewis script for it that just kept track of like which unique dragon coins you collected, I could probably do that, but that would require me writing a Lewis script. And last time I wrote a Lewis script for a speed bump race, I feel like it didn't go super well. I don't remember what I wrote a script for, but I wrote a script and I feel like it wasn't perfect.
Yeah, ROM hacks that do that kind of thing, I'm sure exist for many games, and if Mario World has one, that's an obvious choice, I think. I like those kind of challenges because when a speedrunner shows up on Arcade Pit and I'm like making them do something awful and weird on Mario 3 and they lose, it's very funny. Like
Yeah, like when I was in the height of my A Link to the Past speedrunning, and I was like, sure, I'll do A Link to the Past and test my smite, and it turned out to be the archery minigame,
You're
which
lucky you didn't get the shovel game.
which famously you don't do in the speedrun.
I've always wanted it to be a part of the routing in the randomizer. It would only ever play if there was a really like stingy seed and you needed $500 for the scam, then maybe.
Right.
It would be smart to go there instead of grinding money 20 coins at a time. That's like the only... I've never had that happen, though.
Well, if you're one of the people listening to this idea and you want to come up with something and it would need a BizHawk script to run,
Time's up.
if you feel confident writing your own, go for it. If not, and you can communicate it to me and it won't take me hours to write, then maybe I'd help with it, but...
Time has hit.
That's it.
Big scores here. Tied for 40% for second place. A lot of people at 25% as well. 25% last place is a tie. 31% is third. Well, third technically. Technically fourth, I guess. There's a tie for second place. First place, 56%, more than halfway through.
That's not bad. That's kind of what I would have expected, is seeing about 50% at the lead of it, but that's still a ton of coins. I mean, that's really impressive to pull off in half an hour.
Well, hey, that was fun. It's a cool game. I'm glad that this version works so well. It's interesting. Maybe I can use it.
Yeah, this worked out really nicely. And it looks like it's got some really interesting challenges, so you could really trick some people by telling them they're going to play SMB2 and then you load up this nonsense.
Roboberto is new. It seems like a little bit of a slow fight, but it's new.
It'd be good for like a 1/2 try challenge.
Joey Gatorman just found out about this new boss. Hey, thanks for joining me, everybody. Off the blues.
Take it easy. Yeah, you got a little bounty going on now, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna be playing the First Descendant. It's a crossplay. It looks like what's that game called? It's that one sliding around fast game, first person. I can't remember its name. I'm sure somebody will know what I'm talking about.
It's an over-the-shoulder. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. It looks like that to me. I'm gonna try it out. And then tomorrow we got a marathon, so stop on by 4 p.m. Eastern. We're starting that, and I'll be on probably all day. We'll see. Subs and bits are appreciated though. They're discounted and they are going to play a part in that. I'll see you later off the blues.
Later.